and welcome to more Revan Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content for the Revenge of Mandalore Rats. Once again, said as a term of endearment. I'm going to run through mods. So, if you are living under a rock or you haven't been paying attention, both are valid, I created a threshold cheat sheet for mods. Now, the reason I created that threshold cheat sheet is because the old threshold cheat sheet that we had pinned referenced don't keep bad combinations of stats, but didn't tell you what those were. The threshold cheat sheet gives you an idea of not only what are good secondaries, but also good secondary sets. It also gives you a bit more knowledge in regards to what to sell. And for accounts that are in a similar vein to mine, as this one that you're looking at, the Revan account in front of you, I have some units. I have some mods that I have sliced against the recommendations of the always slice because I need key stats. And simply put, I'm going to use this mod. This is a 14 speed mod. This is the absolute bare minimum of what I would consider to be a mod worth 6-dotting. But if I simply filter offense sets with offense percentage primaries, put them in this slot, and click on this slot, you will see that every single offense cross that I currently have access to is assigned to a unit. 2 of them, or 3 of them, are at the minimum level. This one on Luke is below the level. Now, I don't have the luxury to be massively picky with my offense crosses. This is just the reality. So this is a mod that I'm still going to slice because if this hits 3, it's above what I consider my minimum threshold, which is 14. I will slice a mod if that slice will result in 14 or above mods. Now, CLS likes potency, really likes tenacity. Health is great, but of this, it's a non-percentage stat. So this is the stat that is the weakest link on this because percentage stats are better. Speed, potency, or tenacity percentage on CLS specifically, all of that is going to be great. I'm going to hit this calibration because a 15 calibration is exceptionally cheap. That's fine. Rather than speed. Now, I would still do this calibration if I had the micro attenuators to do it, solely because one of 3 things will happen. 1, this will hit speed. 2, the most likely outcome is it will re-hit health, and I hate my life. The other option is if it rolls potency again, that actually removes potency from the slicing pool. If this goes to 5 potency before I do these next 2 slices, I am actually only competing with 3 stats as opposed to 4 stats. Like right now, every slice of calibrate I do is competing. There's a chance for any of these to occur. But if I slice this and it hits potency, and I have 5 potency here, these 2 slices are looking at health, speed, or tenacity only. That's just kind of how mod calculations work. That's how it splits up the chances. Now, secondarily, what you consider with your mods is your fastest mods, your best mods, should always go on conquest characters, GLs, or legendaries. And you should assign the worth of those characters based on how consistently you use them or what role you use to fulfill with them. So, my Jabba almost never comes off of defense. Even while the Wampacron was around, all I really did was remod Jabba to be potency focused. That's all I actually did. I gave him more secondary potency as much as I could. I've now undone that because Wampacron is gone. But the stat check to beat the Wampacron was, does your Jabba and the team have enough potency to get thermal detonators on Wampa so the Wampa dies? My Jabba held a lot because I put a lot of potency on it. And where I couldn't put potency on a mod, I put potency on a Datacron to make up for the difference. How does one go about upgrading and moving upgraded mods through the platform, through your processes, right? So I'm going to use health circles. I also don't have a lot of health circles. I'm not spoiled for choice. I have so little health circles. I have some health circles on that have no speed secondaries on units. But I use Qui-Gon defensively, and having a mod there is better than having no mods there at all. Conversely, having a health circle, speed circle here with 3 speed would be better than this mod that I currently have. And so on and so forth, and as upgrades. So realistically, I've got 2 health circles right now that do not have a home. And they have secondary speed. So here is a really good example of this is still an upgrade, even if it's not an amazing mod, is these mods should be here. So I'm going to go to my Qui-Gon. I'm going to filter to Galactic Republic. I'm going to go to Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to put one of these on. Now, he's not more important, so I am going to put the lower speed of the two on here. Great. That's an upgrade, right? That's an upgrade. Now, what I do is I go here, and I have filters set up so that I can quickly ascertain who has no speed or low speed mods. So I'm going to go here to my no speed mods. I use the phrase kill for any mods that I'm going to sell or I'm not going to upgrade any further. The reason I do it is because there's a character limit in Swigger, and now I can sell. If I had done this in mass and I went through and I just took off all of these mods without speed secondaries, I would be able to just one click here and then sell. Where this really benefits you more is if you've got nothing selected and you reveal all your secondaries for all of your mods. Then you can go to no speed kill. Then I'm going to select all. None of those mods, of which I upgraded 40 mods to level 12, didn't reveal a speed secondary. So now I'm going to do the second part of this, color kill. What does this mean? This is colored mods that haven't hit more than one instance of speed. Now, green mods with one hit of speed will have 9. So there is ways to around that, but when you look in here, it's going to highlight all of these, right? So these are all mods. They're at level 12. They've not hit speed. Do I sell all of these mods? Generally, yes. What are the exceptions I'm going to make here? I'm going to make 2. This offense mod and this offense mod. I'm not going to sell. Because they are a key primary, and I do not have the luxuries of choice. Because I don't have a lot of them, because I'm struggling for this primary on these mods. Now, this mod of the two of them is much better. So this is something I would consider slicing on the off chance that this hits good speed. It didn't. At this point, I will sell this mod because I'm not going to invest any more mats in that. So that's going to go. This mod is the exact same scenario. I'm going to hit this, and I'm even going to spend crystals just to do this hit, just in case. I'm going to hit this. This is kind of the push and pull cycle of you will build up mods, you will run them through these filters, you will run them through the key secondaries, you will run them through the things. Now, arrows are the only mod that has the capacity to hit primary speed. So you will generally keep your primary speed arrows. You will keep a lot of these. You will throw a lot of these on people. There's not a lot of characters that don't require speed on their arrow. Speed is overwhelmingly the best stat in the game. Dead stats I refer to are accuracy, crit avoidance, and defense. The only notable exception is crosshair. How do I know what to put where? What primaries go where? I use swgoh.gg. I will link it in the Discord. Link it in the video below. It's linked in the Discord. We recommend it a lot. Stat arrow kills. This literally just refers to, is it a protection offense arrow? Did it roll secondary speed? Ideally, I get rid of these as well, but once again, you don't need many characters that use like not a speed arrow. So having, like a General Skywalker is a good example. He wants protection, he wants speed. I had a really good protection speed arrow here. I will work protection primary arrows with speed secondaries for those characters. So I keep a pool of them specifically to work for those characters. As I upgrade mods, I will go through and I'll be like, okay, do my GLs have my fastest mods? Are my GLs being looked after? I'm always going to do this. Always going to sort by speed. The characters I won't take. So 32 speed, that's the 6 dot. 6 dot at speed arrows always have 32. 16% health. Don't have anybody that's faster. Oh, perfect. I've been working on this mod. He has it because he's in the raid. I'm still going to take this off because he can have this 20 speed mod. I can do this swap around. Oh, actually.
I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Before I do that, this is protection, this is health. That's on me. Make sure you're paying attention. I won't be making that swap. However, Jabba, also a GL. You never take a mod off a GL to put on another GL. Absolutely redundant. Here we go. R2D2 is on Leia's team, but I do not want R2 to be faster than my Leia. No scenario is my Leia faster than my R2. I'm going to continue through and just make sure. Bane is probably the only character that I would put in as an exception to I'm not going to take this mod off Bane because he has a GL level counter, he's a GL level threat. I use him to kill GLs. I'm not going to take that off him. This is now slower. This is slower. This is slower. This is slower, and this is slower. Okay, so this is what I'm sort of looking through. So what I might do here, this is like an option that I have in front of me, is to take this mod off of my Padme and put it on my Pro King Hondo. This mod still has some room to grow. It's still got calibrations and it's still got slices, so I probably wouldn't do that until we're gold. But this is the best speed mod that I have that isn't on a GL, with the exception of this Padme mod, but it's slower than this. Same thing here, same filter. I can gain 2 speed here, I can gain 2 speed there. Okay, great. Padme of these two is the less useful of the two. I still use Padme quite a bit. And that's also, I've just made an awful mistake because that's just dropped the speed set. So, once again, pay attention to what you're doing. Do as I say, not as I do. Keep the speed set. I'm going to take off health because this is a speed mod, and I'm just going to click through these, and I'm just going to make sure that it's only GLs that have a faster mod. Yep, that's great. Easy. That's it. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure that Padme and R2, they took mods off. So I took that mod off R2 and gave it to my Leia. This was a health mod. This was a health here. So I took that off. Where was it? Was that a speed? No, it was health. Okay, did I? No, it was a health mod that I swapped around. So there should be a health triangle here that is currently unassigned. That is 6 dots. Yes, there it is. So still an upgrade for R2, still good, still a good mod for a unit I use all the time. Like, this is a really good mod for a unit I use all the time. He wants tons of health. But my GL got the faster one. That's it. My GL got the faster one. So always go through your GLs first. Always make sure your GLs are most equipped. You can feed this through your own requirements. You can feed it through your own processes, but that's what you want to do. The only other thing I'll mention is when you're at this level, the mod store does serve a purpose in that you can use it to get key primaries when their speeds are already good. So like something like this, like offensive protection, circles. Circles generally you're going to use health or protection. It's going to be one of those two. This isn't a bad mod, but realistically, for my offensive characters, I don't think I need protection circles. So if this was health, I'd be grabbing this just so I can throw 12 levels into it and see if it hits speed. Same thing with your arrows. If you see gold, crit damage, here's one like a crit damage set. This is something that I would probably buy. Regardless, I might even still buy it. Like that's something that I'll consider on the off chance that these hit speed, and that's better for me than nothing. But these are the sort of things here. Health here, health primary, no speed. If this has speed, then I buy it. And that's it. Just worth having a look. I don't buy speed arrows from here anymore. I've got enough of them. If you're struggling for speed arrows, it's a good spot to check. Credits aren't in short supply for me anymore, neither are shipbuilding materials. I probably would avoid using your episode shipment currency for this if you're a free-to-play player, because on this account I buy the episode pass, I get level 50 very quickly. So I have a little bit more discretion there, but I still wouldn't use this currency on a mod if that mod doesn't already have speed. I'm not going to roll the dice on these potentially rolling speed. These don't have speed, but I'm not going to roll the dice on these ones on this one slot hitting speed. I'm just not, especially since none of these primaries are something that I'm like hunting for. Feed it through your own filters. Keep those things in mind. Use SWGOH to inform your processes. Build on sort of minimum thresholds. Aim for 14. If all of your units have mods that are under 10 speed, aim for 10. Get everybody that you use on every GAC or every GW to at least 10 speed. Every mod has at least 10 speed in a secondary somewhere. It's better to have speed over offense or protection almost 1,000% of the time. And it's just a simple matter of characters with more speed take more turns. There is no realistic level that you could increase an offense stat to off of a mod that would make up the difference between taking a full extra turn. That's it. Go for speed, prioritize your GLs. As your GL mods upgrade, filter those mods that you're upgrading and taking off of your old GLs and move them through your roster. I go GLs, conquest units, legendaries, and then my last filter under that is how often do I use them. Like Vader, at this stage, I use him on offense very sparingly. In the earlier days of my account, when I was in, Carbonite and Chromium, you get a Geos on defense fairly consistently. A Relic 7 Vader now with Relic Delta, who's faster than those initial Geos, who can get out front with a Merciless Massacre, will kill that whole team as a solo. Vader being fast makes him a solo character. I don't really utilize him in that capacity. His mods are mods I could consider starting to take off of him to shift onto more important characters that I use in the ground game more consistently. Those are determinations you need to make for yourself. But these gives you kind of like a framework of like, this is how you're going to approach your upgrades from the perspective of this is when I'm going to slice mods. This is when I'm going to invest in mods. This is when I'm going to see if they will hit. This is when I'm going to kind of like make these rolls. So like, this is a mod. I have enough diamonds. I'm not going to hit this mod any further. This mod is going to stay there. And
hooray! They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And my headset died mid-sentence for that. But this is a mod that's going to sit here until I just build up something better. And that may be, yeah, I'll slice this mod. Okay, cool. And then I'll slice this again. And does it hit higher than 10? No. So that stays there. Then I would take this gold mod, so I would take this mod off of a Royal Guard, I'd put it on Ahsoka if it did hit, and then I'd take this gold one and I'd put it on a Royal Guard. Or realistically, I'd probably go take it and put it on a Kassan, because Kassan is more important to me than Royal Guard. So on and so forth until my whole roster has at least mods that all have speed on them, and then build that minimum speed threshold up as you go. Peace.